All right, y'all, let's get right into it. So basically, I got this cute package from Huda Beauty. Ooh, she looks shiny, she looks shiny. And it came with this fan, which I've always wanted one of these, but I just never bought one because I was like, one day it'll fall into my hands. So let's get into what Miss Huda is talking about. First of all, I love the PR package because this is travel friendly. Like, y'all, this is legit something that you would buy at the store and maybe spend $50 on, like the box, okay, the makeup traveling kit. What Miss Huda wants us to get into is the Easy Bake Setting Spray. This is the large size and this is the travel size. Long lasting, non-comedogenic, blurs pores, controls shine, and locks makeup for 16 hours. Girl. Some of the ingredients are modified rice starch, hyaluronic acid, mineral clay, and it's cruelty-free, fragrance-free, which is very important because there are a lot of people who like Huda's products but they can't handle the fragrance, which I've grown to love. Basically, the more you spray this on, the more blurred your face is supposed to get. I don't typically worry about that with my skin, but as of late, y'all, I've been a little textured and I don't know why. So they also sent me the Easy Blur Airbrush Foundation, Natural Airbrush Foundation, which I actually already have this. And then we have the Easy Blur Primer. We also have a base brush, which I really, really like this base brush. It's so dense. I think I have one over here. So dense. Love the handle. Like, girl. Of course, a classic Huda heart-shaped mirror. Some hair clips, which you're gonna need because my hair does get in my way. And then the Kunafa Easy Bake powder. The foundation came with like a little Easy Blur primer. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and do my skincare because I just washed my face and sat down. So now that I'm moisturized, I'm going to take the sample of this primer and I'm going to put it in the areas specifically where I would like to be smooth. And just for reference, that's what it looks like. It's got like a little pink tone to it. Okay, so I'm going to put it on my forehead to start. I can definitely see that it's blurring my skin. But we'll see how long it lasts. And then out here and on my chin. But I don't typically use smoothing primers. So I'm going to use Huda Beauty's Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation to bronze to you. I'm actually going to use the face base brush as well. Y'all, I used to be afraid of brushes that are white like this. Not because I don't clean my brushes, but because it would irritate my soul if I couldn't get all of the product out. And I cannot wait to show y'all how I've been doing my makeup with the actual products that I've been doing it with. But this is sort of like a preview, right? And this is the Easy Blur Foundation. So that's what the color looks like. To me, it's kind of close in depth with what I bronzed her with, but the shade is a little bit more warm, what I bronzed her with, but it's okay. We just gonna keep it pushing. Because ultimately, I just want to see how long the makeup stays on by way of the setting spray, right? I will say though, I really, really like the Easy Blur Foundation. I really, really do. I love how fluid it is. I love the coverage and just how it wears in general on me. Okay, so let's put on my concealer. She's a little bright, but it's a necessary evil right now. And then we'll get this one. And really what I'm doing with these lighter shades is just trying to balance out my face, since I kind of went bananas. It's a lot of concealer. Normally I don't think I typically wear 3 as much, but I definitely need this to balance out my face because the dimension is nowhere to be seen. So I'm using a brush to blend this out because I want to keep all the product on my face, or at least as much as I can. And I also want to make sure that this comes together seamlessly with everything else that I have on. Here she comes. She's like, what you got for me? Do you want a new puff? Y'all, I give her these because they're little and my fingers just can't, and she goes nuts. I don't know where she loses them all though, because she should have like 6. Okay, we're very bright right now. This is my fault though, because I'm trying to go ahead and get my makeup on. We're really bright, but there's a solution. I'm gonna go back in with the foundation brush and pretty much just blend it all out and sort of mix the foundation with the concealers, because I don't need to be this freaking bright. And so here's the dilemma when wearing products like this that are super bright underneath the eyes, especially if you are brown. It sort of just makes you look washed out and a little bit more tired than usual. So I'm taking the concealer that kind of complements my complexion a little bit better, and I'm going back on top of this concealer. I'm still gonna get that brightness and that lift underneath my eyes, but it's not gonna have me looking like a zombie, which is not what I want. So this is a brand new, and that's yellow, y'all. Okay, brand new. Typically I like to use beauty blenders to do this, just because I like how they pick up the product, but we're gonna go right in with this sponge, and I'm gonna tap a little bit of the product off. This is in the shade Kunafa, by the way. You really, really like that golden look underneath your eyes, or if it just complements your complexion, this powder is a good one, color-wise. I'm also gonna make sure this line is... I don't usually make mine straight when I contour my nose, but that is the gist of using a powder puff. So I'm gonna press this all over my face. I'm actually not mad at the powder, but we're definitely gonna see how this is looking after I take everything off, or take off the powder. So for blushies, since we're on a Huda Beauty kick, we might as well keep it going. I think I'm gonna use... I'm not really in a berry mood, so I'm gonna use the lighter one. This is called Watermelon Pop. And I gotta find a brush, because y'all know I blends out everything with a brush. And I'm just gonna put this all over. I love me some blush, y'all. One thing you will not stop me from doing is putting on so much blush. And concealer too. I might not have like the super bright under eyes, but I will put on an unnecessary amount of concealer. No regrets. So I'm going to blend this right up in here. I like for my blush to be a little bit higher on my cheekbones because they are considerably defined, at least in my opinion. And then I'm going to blend this right on top of my eye because I don't have on eyeshadow today. These blushes, by the way, are really freaking nice, especially if you're somebody who prefers to either wear, I'm not going to say underpaint because I've never underpainted with these, but if you prefer to wear liquid and cream blushes, or if you just really like for your blush to last a long time, putting on a liquid like this and then putting your powder on top, your blush ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Booyah. Okay, so let's try to get rid of some of this powder. I'm actually gonna take the puff and sort of use it as a means to pick up the extra powder or further press it into my face. Who knows what it's actually doing. The last thing that I want to do, because I feel like there's a bit of a disconnect underneath my eyes, is I'm gonna take... I'm going to take a little bit of this peachy blush that I have here. This is from Kaleidos. It don't got no name on it, y'all. I'm sorry. You just going to have to go on their website and find it. But I'm going to take a little bit of it, and I'm basically doing the same thing. Right underneath my eyes. And this is my little trick to sort of make up for the fact that I got like bags and stuff like that. And then I'm going to take the same brush and sort of blend out the powder on my forehead and along my face. Last step before we do the setting spray, or before I do my eyebrows and stuff, and then the setting spray. Again, with the foundation brush. Just to pick up and redeposit a little bit of color. Because we're set, but we don't need to be looking like we need help. Now we're going to get into this setting spray. Y'all, I don't know if I'm ready for this setting spray. I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open the little version just in case it's not my cup of tea. Because then the bigger version, you know, I can donate to a makeup artist or something. Very cute. And then it looks kind of milky in there. The instructions say shake well. So same thing with the ingredients. Shake well, this lasts 6 months, made in Italy it says. All right, so I'm just going to shake it. Oh, I love that it has a mechanism inside for that, because I feel like sometimes when the product says to shake, I'd be like, I'm doing all the work. Okay, so we're gonna see, is it a mist? So it's a mist. It's or is it a mist? It's a spray. Okay, anyway, let's now if you're an oversprayer like me, if you're an oversprayer like me, that was the bare minimum. I don't know if y'all can see, but there's like little specks on my face. So I'm gonna try to like blend them out. I love this little fan. First impressions right off the bat, I do have texture. I do have hair on my skin. I feel like it does create this blurring effect, but it's not so impactful that I'm just like, right now, it's not something that I would just jump to purchase right off the bat. I do think that this product is likely for a certain type of makeup wearer. Like, if you love to be matte and you wear a full face of makeup, which is basically what Huda Beauty is about. If you love to be matte, you love to wear a full face of makeup, I think you're gonna love this. I think you're gonna eat this up, okay? I do want to see what'll happen if I do an additional layer. So y'all see the little specks? Not a fan of that. I wish that it was more of a mist than a spray. I feel like if it misted instead of spraying, you definitely get a more even coverage all over the face. And then one of the things too is I kind of wish that it melted my makeup into my skin a little bit more. But again, this is a setting spray that's supposed to make you smooth like you baked your face. So it's not going to be one of those ones where you spray it on and it's like, ooh, my makeup melted like butter. But if you do want to use something like this, you can also use a working spray between the layers of your makeup. You could use something like this, and I would probably use it at the point where like you've done your foundation and you're like your liquid foundation, your creams, and then you're getting ready to do your concealer. I would spray this on, and then after you've done everything else, then I would spray this on, which I have to test to see if it's worth it, because I don't personally care to be matte, just because I feel like in real life it's very, very textured, especially if you don't have on a decent amount of makeup, like layers, baby. So anywho, y'all, let me go ahead and put on my lippy. Not my lippy, I'm dead. Whew. Okay, y'all, the time is 9:23. Okay, excuse my dirty phone. And I will be back whenever I get back, and we will chat about how this stayed on. So it's supposed to be, again, long wearing, 16 hours worth of your makeup not sliding off your face. We will see. Okay, it is now 5:03, so I think, what was it, like 9:30? So that's almost 8 hours. Almost 8 hours. This is what my face is looking like. I do have a little bit more shine up in here than everywhere else on my face, but that's not unusual for me at all. When I went to Sephora, I did get a compliment because I did go to Sephora. Today was the last day of the sale, y'all. I had to go get my foundations, but I digress. I feel like the setting spray does what it says it's supposed to do. I mean, it when I initially put it on, it was smoothing or blurring rather. I would definitely like to see how it plays without the primer on top. For example, if I decide to wear my usual primer, the Milk Makeup primer, where is it? This one, the Hydro Grip primer, I would like to see how the setting spray plays when I'm not doing that. But from what I understand, because there was a girl at Sephora who says she really, really loves this. Shout out to you, Olivia. Olivia. She says she really enjoys it. She likes how it smooths over her skin, and she does wear full faces. So I feel like it does what it says it's supposed to do. Me personally, I prefer a more radiant, luminous look. Now it is 90-something degrees outside right now, so the fact that it held up, very impressive. Very impressive. Who would I recommend this for? I recommend this for the girls who like the UK makeup. So the full faces where it's like foundation, concealer, powder, cream, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want your makeup to just be blurred, as they say. This is going to be for you. Me personally, I still very much enjoy using the Milk Makeup Setting Refresh Spray. I also have been enjoying another setting spray from Kosas. I think it's called like Cloud Set Setting Spray. I like that one right now. But I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. I am gonna go ahead and wash my face. But y'all comment down below. Let me know if you plan on trying this out or any of the other products from Huda Beauty. If there's anything from the store you want me to go get, holla at me in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. By the way, I'm going to be doing a video showing all of my foundation shades because I was asked for it. So stay tuned for that too. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.